Alright, so we're going to be watching Manaparty, who's playing Ana on Gibraltar. This is Platinum on console. I'm looking for someone to, yes, point out my mistakes, but also suggest any alternatives to anything I shouldn't have been doing. I've watched the VOD and tried my best to work out any problems, yet struggled to connect the dots. So this replay I took a look at, and I wanted to review because I think it's actually an interesting one. I think that OP generally plays well, but the problem is they're out of sync with their tank. And I think their tank plays probably below average for this lobby, but which might still be reasonable for the rank they're in. Like, for example, if OP is like Plat 3, then maybe the tank is, Plat 5 or Gold 1, but then the opposing tank would be the same deal, right? So that's kind of the general vibe I got here, is the tank is going to make some bad decisions, and then OP is like completely unable to play around this, and the entire game gets thrown away. Basically, every single lost fight is going to start with their tank dying. And that's something that I want to point out, because I think that especially lower rank players really struggle with this, where they want to play, especially supports, they want to play in a certain spot, and they expect the tank to be in a certain spot. And that happens maybe 50 to 75% of the time. But then 25% of the time, the tank does something really unusual, which may or may not be a good idea, and then the support is like, I have no idea what to do here, and you just kind of stand there and you watch your tank die. And it goes down to the importance that, like I say this like in basically every single review I say, which is, if your tank dies, the fight is almost always over. So you should do everything you possibly can to keep the tank alive, which includes putting yourself at risk, in danger, because your life is ultimately forfeit if your tank dies anyway. Now, there's some like obvious, like, oh, there's nothing I could do here, but in most situations, you can usually save the tank if your goal is to save the tank. Anyway, the common theme of this game is going to be OP is going to be very aggressive, OP is going to play high ground, right? OP is mostly going to be playing as an off healer, which is kind of also part of the issue here. And then the tank's going to die a lot, and then eventually they just lose because there's no tank. I will note here again, something I talk about often is talking about the main healer versus off healer, right? The main healer is the one where you're pumping out most of the heals for the team, in particular into your tank. And the off healer is the one who has a lot more freedom to not need to heal, and in exchange you can do damage, you can provide utility, blah, 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 blah. Ana can do both, Kiriko can do both. I think typically when you're playing Ana Kiriko, it's usually going to be Ana playing main healer and Kiriko playing off healer, because Kiriko can weave damage in without losing healing, and Kiriko can off angle and flank much easier than Ana can. So if I'm in this lineup, I'm thinking I'm the main healer here. I don't think that OP thinks about this at all. My guess is OP thinks that, honestly, it feels like there's a lot of Awkward's influence in this. I think OP feels like, I will play high ground, I will do a lot of damage, I'll heal people when I have chance. I wouldn't say their APM's low or anything, but they're mostly focused on like just dealing damage, and certainly not about keeping their tank alive. But anyway, let's kind of watch this play out. So start's going to be pretty regular here, right? Hope we get some damage in. Yeah. Rhine charges in, we sleep the Rhine. Honestly, kind of late, but it's fine. You should, just FYI, if I hear, first I can hear the Rhine already, but when I hear charge, I immediately pop turn out here and I pop sleep. Because if the Rhine grabs the soldier right now, you'll notice that he would have slammed the soldier into the wall before I hit the sleep. So that would have killed the soldier instantly. So just step in front of the Rhine and just sleep him. Like, there's no way for him to avoid it. It's a very, very easy throw. You saw the Mercy get low, but it's fine. Right, Tracer's here. Great, she's dead. Just chilling right now. This soldier on high ground is going to be a little bit of a problem for us. We should look for an opportunity to poke him down. You don't want to step that way. Yeah, just use the cover here. Just poke down the soldier. No problem. So, I don't think throwing this great nade is good value. There's no way the soldier's going to die in this situation. The Mercy, even if he does die, the Mercy's just going to res him right away. I would probably save grenade for a better opportunity. We're just chilling right now. Yep, Reese is here. Good. Everything looks fine, right? We're in good shape. And then, Ryan's going to charge out again. Arisa pops Fortify. And then, what's going to happen right now? Okay, so we're still good right here. We're good, right? We're poking on the soldier. Good, right? Bastion's low. We heal the Bastion. Oh, wait, we're backing up a little bit from the Tracer. So, this is kind of the moment where they're going to start moving the cart downwards, all right? Right here, for Gibraltar, there are two possible plays. Option number one, you let the tank go, or whoever's on cart keep moving, you kill the back line, and then you rotate over and you kill whoever's on cart. Option two, which is the safer route, is to just rotate this way, right away, and then drop here, or like go high ground, like, depending on your mobility options, or go through inside, and then rotate and play backside over here. Those are your two options. Now, what's going to happen is OP is going to stay here on this high ground. The tank is going to drop low, and the tank is going to drop into what is going to be a 3-on-1 situation when the Mercy flies in, and nobody on the team is going to react to this. So let's watch right now. Again, tank is dropped down. There's 3 people. Tank is shooting. Tries to force a lamp. Stays alive at Fortify. Or with a spin. Pops Fortify. Fighting, and dies. Literally nobody from the team drops and like assists with this at all. Now, I would start by saying I think that the tank made a wrong decision here to drop on the Rhyme. There was really no reason to do this, and this is kind of a bad call. I think it would have been better to simply rotate over and drop and play this side, which is much safer. But sometimes this works, and it's not like the craziest plan. I mean, the tank has all 5 teammates alive right now. There's 4 people alive on the opposing team. I think the Tracer, yeah, Tracer's here. Okay, so it's a 5-on-5. The tank's dropping in here. The tank has most of her cooldowns, or almost all of her cooldowns. Fortify's coming up soon. This is not like the worst possible play in the world. I would say it's a bad play, right? But it's not like a terrible, like brain dead play. I can see what was sort of the plan here. The issue here is, again, OP has 0 awareness that this has happened. Okay? Fighting the soldier, right? I'm at 162 health. Again, still looking, and I'm like, wait a second, where's my tank? Now remember, if I'm playing main healer, I'm always thinking, where's my tank, where's my tank, where's my tank? I'm trying to keep my tank within LOS as long as, like, as much as I possibly can. But you'll notice, this is the last time we saw the gun firing, the last time I saw the tank. Right there, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds go by before you're like, wait, what's going on in my tank? Now, I would notice that we just tracked it visually. Audio-wise, I know exactly what happened, right? The second I hear that, I immediately know the Orisa has dropped. Because I would have heard the Orisa falling sound, right? Plus I would hear the gunfire on the way down, and I would immediately know without looking that the Orisa has dropped, and I would turn and be like, wait, what's happening? So, fast forwarding a little bit, right? I'm going to demonstrate. The Orisa's going to die. Actually, well, let me back up. So, I'll tell you what's going to happen. The Orisa's going to die here, and then the whole team is just going to lose. Like, literally, like, nothing, like, nobody stops the cart from here, and then it ends up being a complete wipe on the first play. Now, what would have been the better play here for OP? Obviously, the best play here is that the tank does not drop. The tank doesn't need to drop here. But if I'm OP in this situation, and I'm like, hey, look, I know the tank has dropped, the first thing I do is I try to deal with the soldier. Like, very, very quickly, I try to deal with the soldier. That Helix goes off, I don't pop that sleep dart, but it's fine, right? Soldier gets lit, I see that their soldier ate a Helix, and my soldier ate a Helix, so fine. I tap the soldier once with heal, I look down, and then I nade all these people and I start going for kills. Because I know if I don't help my tank is going to die. That's option number 1. Option number 2, I'm like, oh shoot, I book it this way and try to get down here and save my tank. That's option 2. I would personally pick option 1 because I think the odds of me being able to rotate that long and survive, even with Orisa, is not good odds. So I think that I would rather do this plan where I know the soldier's lit. I already saw him take Helix, so he's not going to re-peek for a second. I have like at least 3 to 5 seconds here to do whatever I need to, right? I go over here, chuck nade in, destroy the lamp, kill Bap or Mercy or whoever, right? And then from there, that takes a ton of pressure off my Orisa and makes the fight winnable. That's what you had to do right here. But the problem is, I think that you're kind of locked into the default, oh, I play high ground, I do the thing, but like, your tank is dying right now, and everybody drops, sort of, at this moment in time. And now it's too late, and your tank is dead, and you're like, oh, now we're screwed. So, you try to kill Mercy here, which is a good call. Soldier has control of your high ground now, of course. I don't agree with the rotation here. I think either Tracer or Soldier here can kill you pretty easily, but the Tracer is very, very low. I don't think you knew that when you came up, though. Yeah, you immediately are like, wait, this does not make any sense. But you try to go up again. Now I notice there's 2 DPS here right now who could easily kill you. You have, like, virtually no way to survive here. If I'm the soldier in this situation, as long as I have 71 health, I'm pretty sure I'm going to kill you. You have to hit 2 darts against me, and I have Helix. The odds of you winning are very, very low. Very lucky he misses the Helix. This is just a terrible spot to be standing, but the Kiriko goes up and kills the soldier. I don't know if you knew that when you started rotating under him. Yeah, like, you just don't care. You're like, okay, whatever, I'll just play here no matter what. But at this point in time, this is getting worse and worse. So, like, yeah, we're at an off angle, but the problem is, like, both of you are in the off angle now, and who can heal your tank in this situation? Nobody. So the Orisa backs up, which I understand. From her perspective, she's like, I didn't get any help in the last fight, so I'm going to play slow here. Slow for her means backing up in towards the spot. That's exactly what, like, slow would mean in this situation. I think that is correct. The problem is neither of their supports are near her. I would also note that I think the other support here also makes big mistakes, right, of just not helping the tank enough. But the problem is you can't control what anybody else does, but you can control what you do, and if you just stay with the tank in the situation, I think this is a very easy fight win. But you rotate behind them, but what does it matter? Because the cart needs to stop. Who's going to touch the cart in the situation, right? You get zoned here, and then, yeah, you hit the BAP, but none of this matters because literally no one is touching the cart. Who should have touched the cart here? Obviously the Orisa should have touched the cart here. So I think she gets distracted by the Tracer. This looks like it's not good. Obviously, not great. But like, if the Orisa gets healing, I'm pretty sure the Orisa touches cart here. I think the Orisa is nervous about dying, and she has no cooldowns right now. We can see she has no cooldowns. So I think she's like, oh shoot, I don't want to die here. But in reality, she has to touch cart right now, or else this is all irrelevant. Once the cart has been lost, now you're in even bigger trouble. You're kind of behind enemy lines. Ryan's coming up for you. So you drop, you try to get away, but then you're going to die. Now, this is bad, because now you've staggered yourself, so now you're like 10, 15 seconds behind where you should be, which is unfortunate. If you just died sooner, like way back in Mega Room, like I would have committed to this right now. Like I would stay out here, I would have slept the Rhine and ran towards the point. Because there's no reason to do this rotation. Like your life is forfeit if the objective is capped. I cannot emphasize this enough that people prioritize their survival sometimes when it does not make a difference at all. You living adds no value to your team whatsoever from this point forwards. It actually hurts your team by being alive. You want to just die so you can reset and get a good position again. Alright, we die. We're going to come back. So, run all the way out here. Soldier's gotten a pick. We've lost our soldier, unfortunately. We've lost our Tracer. So 2 people have died, which if you'd been back here 10 or 15 seconds sooner, you'd be able to help them. Right? You have Nano, for example, right here. Again, playing exclusively on high ground, right? You're looking for it. But, like, your Orisa's potentially in trouble here. You're not looking for it. And then you pop Nano right now. I kind of understand this. Your Orisa's, like, half health, but, like, it's also really hard to kill her through Fortify. I think this is okay. I probably actually would have tried to finish the soldier, but I think I understand here. But we keep the tank alive. I think this is an incredibly dangerous play. Again, soldier, unless you knew the soldier was low, the soldier can easily kill you. I cannot emphasize enough how quickly a soldier can kill you. Soldier only needs, was it 20 damage now, or is it 19? It keeps changing all over the place. I think it's 20 damage now, in which case the soldier only needs 4 body shots and a helix. At point blank, he can kill you in under half a second, not including headshots. With headshots, he can kill you in like a quarter second. It's like so fast. Like you really cannot be like taking close range fights against soldiers. This is not favored for you at all. Like I think mechanically you're better than the average player in lobby, basically, especially since we look at the Orisa. It's like, wait, what the heck's going on here? But like this stuff will like really hurt you. All right, so we're gonna back up here. So we notice that OP is taking high ground, right? They don't force you off high ground. Great. I mean, stay up here if you want. Looking around, try to poke people down. Good control of the situation. So, soldiers up here, yep, back out. You don't want to be taking this fight. This is not a challenge that you can take. There's literally no way that you can win favorably here. Especially with him being hit by the Moira, you cannot win this fight. And there's actually a non-trivial chance that you could die right now. But the Moira stops healing him for some reason. You tag him, you still kill him. I don't really know what to say here. This soldier has no idea what he's doing. No offense to the soldier, but like, we've hit 1 bullet so far. We're now at 15. We had 2 bullets so far. Thanks. He just fired 30 bullets, 29 bullets, and hit 2 bullets. This guy's hitting like 6% of his accuracy. You should not be winning this fight. But I guess if they can't aim, I guess it's gonna work. Like, for the record, the Kiriko was here the whole time? Yeah, I guess you can take the fight. Did you know the Kiriko was here? I guess you knew the Kiriko was here. I still think this is a bad fight, but it works out somehow. So, what do I know? So, this is a good example. So, Orisa gets shattered. What's my priority? Keep the tank alive. I don't have to worry about high ground. There's nothing for me to shoot up here. the soldier's dead, the tracer's over there. I drop right now and think, what do I need to do to help my team out, right? Do I need to sleep Orion for a charge, right? Like maybe he's going to get, you know, buffed in some way, right? Like you could, if you think of like a window and like a boosted fire strike plus Baptiste, like I might need to sleep somebody, I might need to heal somebody. I drop right now because I can drop here and I'm perfectly safe. I'm not killable by the Orion. I'm not really killable by the tracer. I'm pretty safe right now. But you kind of sit here because you really want to hold this position. You're like very, very tunnel visioned on like, I got a good spot. I don't want to leave this for anything. But my tank could have died right there. It's not likely, but it's possible. And once again, like we got to prioritize. Okay, now things have gone crazy. So we're looking, okay, I can damage the Rhine right now. I can heal my Orisa. I can heal the Tracer right now. We just saw the Tracer get low. So now you're tunnel visioning on your Orisa, but no one's even shooting at your Orisa right now. So now's the best time to actually be trying to kill somebody else. But that's fine, right? That would have been a good time to throw a grenade as she's going towards the door. Right? Right now, throw it towards the door, right? You hit the Orisa, you hit the Moira, maybe you hit the Tracer, depending on which way she goes. So, fighting's going on over here. You hard scope. This is also a good example of time where I would have dropped down and run over here. Because if a fight happens in this room, what am I going to do? Right? You just chuck a Dream Nade. Your team happens to win, but it reflects a general idea that you just really don't want to leave your position. Right? And maybe this works, but sometimes it doesn't. And that's what I'm trying to illustrate here. It's like, yeah, maybe sometimes it's going to work, but sometimes it's not. And that's what I don't know, right? I don't know exactly how every single game is going to play out. Obviously, of course not. I just want to make sure that you understand that there are times where you staying put is the wrong call. And if you're like, what could I have done differently? Evaluate, maybe staying put wasn't actually the best call in this situation. I would say fighting the 2v1 now is absolutely crazy. 3v1 now, this should be an easy kill on you. You really have no way to survive this. Like, if they just run at you, what are you going to do, right? You nade them once, like Baptiste throws Lamp, and then they kill you. So you're going to stay high ground. For some reason, despite this 3-on-1, they all decided to not push you. Still staying up here. You're going to get tagged here by Helix finally. Yeah, you finally get hit by Helix. Soldier remembers that he has a Helix. You stay for the Kiriko, which is a bad call. There's no, yeah, it's not your job to save her at that point. You're going to rotate the bridge, which is good. You try to keep the Orisa alive, that's fine. Alright, Soldier comes up. I think this is the right call, right? I think right there you knew that the Tracer was on him. I think that's the right call to stay with her. Orisa's low. Keep the Orisa alive. Okay, good. Honestly, you could throw Grenade right now because you're not going to actually need it anytime soon because you just saw multiple, like 2 people just died, so you're not going to need the Grenade anytime soon. A. B here is, I don't actually need the drop right now. Ironically, this is a time where I would say you don't need the drop. There's no way the Tracer is going to kill the Orisa in this situation. So I think you can just stay high ground here. But that comes down to like reading game state, right? 5-on-5, yeah, my Orisa could die. 5-on-3, Tracer's the only one there, my Kiriko's there, my Orisa's not going to die, I'm not worried about it. Alright, we're playing bridge here. Just chilling, right? I think this is perfectly fine. Your Orisa is like really extended right now though. So, as a reminder, a big part of what I said is, look, am I main healer or am I off healer? You are playing your own game. Like, not main healer, not off healer, you're playing your own, like, world. To be fair, your Orisa is, like, unbelievably deep for what the heck is this? Like, this is objectively poor decision. Like, everything that's happening here as a tank is a terrible decision. However, I can't change who my tank is during a game. My goal is to try to win every single game, and sometimes I have to play differently. I've already identified, 6 minutes of the game, that my tank is crazy aggressive for no reason, and I just need to play around that because, again, I can't change who my tank is. So in this situation, I'm going to think, all right, my tank is very far away and is clearly fighting people. I don't need to actually worry about what's going on over here. I rotate over here and play this side. Why? Because I can see my tank come back sooner, and a few seconds here might make the difference between her living or dying. So in this situation, like, nothing's going on here that you need to deal with, right? Tracer here, that's fine, right? Tracer gets a pick. Just start rotating and play this side. I think that's the big deal right now. Again, Orisa's super out of position. She's yellow right now. At this point, I drop because I'm worried that she's going to die and try to get to her. So, we're here. Same deal, right? Tank here, I rotate to the right side so I can see my tank. Right? Again, if she does anything to the left, I cannot help her. Reload. Tank's going to go to the left. I see Javelin. I hear Javelin. Okay, she gets a kill. Great. right? Just chilling up here. Everything seems fine, right? We're like, seems like we're headed towards a full hold right now. We're gonna see fighting out here. Tracer's low. So you throw a grenade, I would not throw that grenade, right? Either she's gonna live, like rewind / blink away, or she's not. I'm not gonna waste a grenade on that. I really think you need to rotate out this way so you can see your team and potentially nano. You go for the Baptiste. This is the last fight of the game, for the record, if you win this. All you gotta do is like nano somebody, and like this fight's over. In particular, your tank, because you really just need to stall and prevent them from getting in. So Visor gets popped, Reese is low, she gets shattered, and then she dies. This is the second big example of this game where the tank dies where you could have saved them. Is the tank making a mistake? Absolutely. If the tank just sits right here, you win this game. But you can't control their behavior, so you got to play around the tank you got, not the tank that you want. So just rotate this way, and then when things are over here, because you're safe here, right? No one's putting any pressure on. I can understand if you're getting shot here, you don't want to play here. But if they're not putting pressure, just stay right here. I help kill that, whoever, right? Sit. I poke this tracer out a little bit. Okay, great. I'm still sitting here, right? Heal, right? Just chilling over here. Shoot some more. I throw a deep nade, right? 3-man nade in right now, right? Big nade right now. Just chill over here, right? Now I pop nano, because my tank's low, right? Now I definitely pop nano. Like, at any moment in time, nano here wins the game. You're still holding nano. And now you don't have a tank, which means now it's going to be really, really hard to hold this. I would note that you also hit that nade, and you should have tried to kill the soldier. Your tracer has to be godlike to try to kill this many people. Like, nano is good, but it's going to be really hard to kill that many players as tracer. Especially if you miss the heals. Right? Tracer kills one, which is pretty much all you can expect out of this situation. Right? And now Tracer's dead. And now how do we stop the push? We can't. Right? Tank's back, but the problem is we lost our Tracer, so now we're back into a 45 situation. 45-44. Kitsune goes. Okay, fine. I gotta make sure to help out here. You toss the grenade in. Yep, Tracer's coming. You look for her. I would not over-index on this to some extent. I need to make sure to keep an eye on my tank. But I would probably duel the soldier right now. Yep. That's fine. My tank's gonna be in trouble. If I don't feel comfortable up here, I can also think about dropping below. But once I see soldier go this way, I give my soldier one heal and then go back to focusing on my tank. Because someone needs to keep an eye on my tank. She's critically wounded. Right? Heal. Okay, good. I think this drop is fine. So I play right at this corner. Because if he's going to walk all the way over here and flux me, so be it. Right? It's not a problem. I play right here, so that way when flux goes off, I step up right now and I sleep him. So I know you want to get the heal right now to make sure that she doesn't die, but right after this, you should have gone for the sleep. And then she's going to die right now. So I think this is a fairly easy sleep right now to land, and I think that you should have gone for it. Visor gets popped. I would note, also, your Orisa died a while ago. Okay? So Flux goes off. So again, sleep here would save your Kiriko and save your Orisa. She gets very, very low right now, and then she's going to die. So that's a big play right there, right? Just trying to save that. But you're like, okay, cool. Now that doesn't matter. And once again, we don't get a chance to actually, take that full fight there. So on final, we're going to back up. So the cart's going to keep moving for a while, pretty much uncontested. I think the ball's going to put a lot of pressure on your team. Tracer's here. All right, Tiger, pretty good aim overall. I think your aim's fine. Definitely not the thing that I think is holding you back. Right? I would have naded right there. But at that point, if I don't nade there, now I nade right here. I'm throwing it at this corner to try to heal my Orisa, because my Orisa is now in big trouble, and then she's going to die. So, again, like, I understand that you are, like, sort of in trouble right now, but you got to be getting extra heal darts into your Orisa. You got to be throwing the nade at your Orisa. Like, you have nade here, and with the Orisa dead, you guys have no ability to actually hold this point, and they are able to go in and cap it. One of the things that's very unusual about this game is how few fights that you actually end up getting after your tank dies. Like, on your first point and third point, you basically only lose your tank once, and they cap all the way, because there's nothing slowing the cart down, which makes it really, really hard to defend successfully. So, through the defense phase, you play Baptiste. I'm not going to cover Baptiste in this video. Alright, and we're going to get back to offense. Okay, so, what's the context here? So Cart has pushed all the way over to here-ish, I think. And I think they're all going to leave the cart. Yeah. So here, apply pressure, right? Shred the ball. Where it fades out, dies. Tracer's going to die here. Right. Great. So they pushed it really, really far, unfortunate, in 1 minute. So obviously we had some trouble. I think your Baptiste play is worse than your Ana play, for the record, which I think also might be hurting you. So we're going to start up top. As a reminder, hey, are we playing like off healer or main healer? I would generally expect to play main healer here. I would try to... I mean, I don't think starting high ground is like such a big deal, but I would generally try to follow the tank around. I think it's kind of easier, especially when players are less predictable at lower ranks. So your Orisa's going to walk out and get shredded. This is 100% her fault, as she just walks out here and uses no spin and no fortify and was not expecting to die that quickly. Not really your fault, but I'm just noting, like, what are you doing during the period of time that your Orisa's getting shredded? Nothing, right? Like, you just start moving when the Orisa's already dead. Being AFK to start rounds is not good. But, okay. In the grand scheme of things, it shouldn't be a big deal, but with only a minute and a half, this 15 seconds is going to cost you, right? That's a lot less time to be able to do something. But you'll notice that, like, you and Kiriko are always trying to play off angles at the same time. Like, you're both up here, like, trying to poke people down. Somebody needs to sustain your tank so that you can just move the cart forwards. Soldier's doing a good job moving the cart just by himself. Alright, pretty regular here. Once again, we're, like, off-angling cart. Like, you don't care about what's going on in cart. You're all like, oh, I'm going to go over here and get kills. It's fine, right? Big nade in. But I'm just noting, sometimes this is not going to work for a variety of reasons. Right? You sleep the Mercy. Like, I think your mechanics are pretty good. I think that you, as I say that, you missed this. Okay. So I think this is a pretty easy sleep dart. She's flying a straight line. Alright, and then you hit her in the straight line as she goes, and then tag her once more in the air. But either way, she dies. Good. So we're going to steamroll our way through the point. You rotate the server room. I don't even think you need to rotate server room here, honestly. I think it's totally fine to actually drop low. There's no way they have ulti since you killed them so fast, so you can just drop low here and immediately push in. But if we're going to do that, fine. I see the Torb here, which is a problem. I'm like a lot less worried about D.Va than I am about the Torb and wherever he's going. Yeah, see? Like, that's what my priority would be. Like, this D.Va is going to get DMEC no matter what in this situation. I'm worried about where this Torb is going because I'm pretty sure he's chasing my DPS. So I rotate over here. Oh my god, he nearly died. Yeah. So if you just come over here and just save your soldier, make this 1v1 into a 2v1, and then go back and save your Orisa, because your Orisa's not going to die quickly there. Okay. So now we're going towards the end of the game. You'll notice that we only have 30 seconds left in this game, 25 seconds left in this game. So you're going to C9 on this card. Everyone's literally just going to walk away from it. And you're part of that problem because literally everybody's going to leave this cart. So let's just think for a second. Who should be on the cart here? Well, should it be the Sombra? Obviously not. Sombra needs to stealth, run around, do her own thing. Should it be the Soldier? No. Soldier does like 175 DPS plus Helix plus Heal Station. Means he's one of the best off-anglers in the game. He can easily take high ground and control high ground by himself. Should it be the Orisa? To some extent, but she also needs to leave cart because she can just stand here and just shoot at people. That's not going to be effective. She has to spin towards them, javelin, pop fortify, create space. So it's not going to be the Orisa, it's not going to be a Sombra, it's not going to be a Soldier. It's almost always going to be one of the supports. Which support it is kind of arbitrary. There are reasonings behind it, but I think it frankly doesn't matter. But it's going to be either you or the Kiriko. I think optimally here, it actually should be the Kiriko, right? She can stay on cart and then she can switch step off, or she can Suzu or whatever. I think that's fine. Alternatively, right, it could be you and have the Kiriko off angle. I think either one of those are basically totally fine, right? I don't think there's a strong preference either way. But somebody's going to be on the cart. At least one of the supports needs to be on the cart. We're going to notice here, the cart's going to open. You're going to go high ground, which would make total sense if this was not overtime right now. But even then, I think even if this wasn't overtime, I still think it should be you pushing the cart. As a general rule, supports push the cart because they have the lowest damage potential of all the heroes, right? You have the lowest pick potential. So you're going to stay up here. Cart is going to close. Sorry, door is going to close. You're still rotating. Neither you nor the other support, nobody here is looking at the cart. The Orisa is going to get peppered here from multiple sides. I think you can definitely see that the Orisa has trouble with multiple angles. She's getting hit by the damage orb. She's getting hit by the tracer. And then you're just going to C9 here. For basically no reason. Like, you're all 5 of you are alive right now. 4 of you. All 4 of you are alive, but you've also killed a Mercy. So this is an even trade situation. I think you should have been down here on the cart and allow your Orisa to leave the cart. So I think this last loss, right? We can see we're at the end of the game. This last fight loss at the end is kind of symbolic, representative of your overall problems playing on support. I think you do the vast majority of things right? You off angle, you play high ground. I think your aim is good enough, right? You try to use your abilities effectively. You're generally aware of what's going on. All that's good. In this particular game, your tank is nuts, right? Obviously making some mistakes, but you kind of need to play around that. Like your tank is just gonna be, in some games, not that good. Just like your DPS are not gonna be that good sometimes, or your other support, or you. Like, people have a normal variation of their play and how well they play and the circumstances in which they play well. And this is a game where I would have picked up after the first life, right? After that Orisa died, I would have been like, oh, okay, this is weird. I'm going to play differently because my Kiriko is not paying attention to the tank at all. So I need to make sure to keep the tank alive or else we just lose. Like, on defense, it was killing you. But even right now, like, your job is just to be on the cart. And I know you want to be playing up here and it's great, but sometimes you just got to do the stuff that nobody else wants to do. And that's part of winning too. It's just identifying in this game, what do I need to do to win? I think that's important to highlight. Okay, so we're gonna wrap there. Again, I want to reemphasize, I think you did a lot of things well here, right? Again, with the high ground, the aggression, the damage pressure, I think that your awareness could be better. I think understanding if you're the main healer versus the off healer, and I think understanding just like what do I need to do to support teammates who are like making bad decisions, because it's not like your tank was like so crazy. Like if your tank dies here, what are you gonna do about it? But your tank was dying right here, which is not that unreasonable. Like, this is not a crazy spot for a tank to be dying, and you definitely could have saved the tank if you just changed the spot where you played. Okay, I'm gonna hold there. Hopefully this is helpful.